Hi, I'm Susie Beiler, lead facilitator and founder of the Creation Temple. And in this episode of Way of the Spiritual Mastery, we're going to talk about a concept that I'm developing called the open nervous system. And this applies to people on the ascension path. It applies to sensitive empaths. It applies to people perhaps even on the spectrum with a diagnosis of Asperger's, autism, sensory integration dysfunction. I've developed this concept to help you understand what's going on with your nervous system and why you might be feeling overwhelmed or scattered or ungrounded. And so this concept is really about how your nervous system is working as you awaken and as you open up. If you are a channeler, an orator, a psychic, if you receive lots of information from beyond the veil, so to speak, you may have an open nervous system. This is something that's happening very, very quickly. A lot of things are firing in your brain and your nervous system, and it's happening very rapidly. And as these love and light energies are coming to the planet and you're receiving much more information than you have previously, if your body is not efficiently integrating all of this information and it's not processing and learning how to deal with an open nervous system, that's when you become overwhelmed. That's when you become just oversaturated with stimulation and information. And the channels that you have open are going to dictate what you can process. So again, the traits of having an open nervous system: you might have scattered energy, scattered thoughts, an overactive mind. You might be easily overwhelmed, constantly feeling like you're being bombarded with stimulation and just not being able to handle all the stimulation that's coming in. Noisy environments can be overwhelming. And I used to be a pediatric occupational therapist. So I used to work and specialize in children that had sensory integration dysfunction. I don't know if it's even still called that, but 20 years ago, that's what we called it. And those children had open nervous systems, and their nervous systems were out of balance. Another thing that happens with people with an open nervous system that's kind of a bummer is when you are a sensitive empath, especially, you're feeling everything around you. You're feeling your environment, you're feeling the people around you, you're feeling the energy around you, you're feeling your plants, your animals, you're feeling everything. You're feeling the love and light energies coming to the planet. You're feeling the chaos that's in the field. You're feeling the upset that other people are feeling. And that in and of itself, obviously, is so overwhelming. And you're going to feel it to a greater extent. To the degree that your nervous system is open, you're going to feel those energies to a much greater extent. And it can be more challenging just to navigate the simple things in life, because if you have a task at hand, say you're already overwhelmed with the energies you're feeling from everything else, it can be very challenging just to get through that task. Another thing that's really powerful, because you are so open, yes, you can feel other energies around you, but you can also feel yourself. You can tap into yourself more than perhaps the average person, because you have those feeling senses well developed. And so in other videos where I've talked about being with your own energy, you have the ability now to connect with your soul, to connect with your heart, to connect with your higher purpose, your soul mission, in a very profound way, in a way that a lot of people struggle with, because you can work with opening certain connections. So you can work with developing the pathway and channel to your soul. You can work on developing the channel and pathway to your heart. You can work on developing and channeling the pathway to your supermind. That's a reference from the Blue Dragon transmissions. You have an extraordinary ability to connect with the energies that you want to. And this is where the mastery comes in, right? This series is called The Way of Spiritual Mastery for a reason. We're talking about mastering your energy. We're talking about mastering your focus. As someone with an open nervous system, you can learn things more quickly. And I'll give you an example from my own life. I wrote this children's book called The Dragon Who Swallowed the Sun. And in this book, I illustrated it with my own watercolors. Now, when I first got this story, I had watercolored one dragon, and I had never watercolored before, other than, art class in grade school. Never took a class, never did anything. It was literally one day my soul said, I want to watercolor. I went out, bought supplies, started watercoloring. 11 or 12 illustrations later, I have a whole book. Now, this is not something that I knew how to do necessarily. This was simply me following my guidance and being open and trusting that something cool maybe would come out of it. I had no idea that I could watercolor. None. Never had done it before in my life again, except, when I was a kid. So my point is, you can learn things very quickly, and things that you may never have even thought of, things that have never been in your field or your reality before. You can pick them up very fast and create something amazing with it. So remember, you have these amazing skills as someone with an open nervous system. You have these amazing skills that will really lend to creating something amazing in your life. When you have mastered having an open nervous system, or when you get further in your mastery, you will feel so much better. And the thing with the open nervous system is that it will continue to open. More receptors will come alive. More synaptic connections will be made. So it's not like you reach a plateau with this. There's always more. And again, as much as you receive the information, the higher frequency information, you must also focus on grounding and assimilating that information into your body and into planet Earth. So thank you for joining me today in this video. I really appreciate your engagement with this material and content, and I trust that it serves you. And if you have any questions about what I've shared today, reach out to me at creationtemple.com/contact. And I would love to continue this conversation with you there. Much love.